Right, if I may, I'm going to tear you away from the drawing, and I would love for you to have a moment to see what's inside this packet. We've had the best time wrapping up art material packets for you guys. I hope you enjoy unwrapping these. You should be able to see, if you haven't already, that they are inks, but not inks that you can buy from an art material store. In fact, we bought these from a bakery. This is food coloring. These are inks that get poured into cakes, into icing sugar, into cookies, into all sorts of beautiful things that we can eat that help vary the color of food items. It's safe to eat, but I wouldn't recommend drinking it. But the inks that are here should help you get to a whole range of colors that we're going to be painting with. Just a word of warning, the first thing I need to share with you about the inks is that they're very, very, very concentrated. They're very dark. One drop of the green food coloring across a whole cake can make the whole cake green, which means the stuff is pretty lethal and toxic. If it spills onto the page at any point, it will stay there. So I'm going to suggest that for the purpose of getting our palettes ready to be using these inks, I'm going to ask you to use an altogether separate station. So while this is my piece of paper, I'm going to turn your attention for a moment to the station right here, which is set up to be slightly separate. So I have given you sort of a variation on the primary and secondary colors. You have red, yellow, blue. And in the bottle form, everything looks black. I have here purple, which reads very, very black. Pink looks black apart from the fringes. The only color that has some bright color to it is orange, but supposedly is yellow. This color, when watered down, when given a great deal of water, is actually yellow. And I'm going to ask you to follow the label rather than what it looks like. So let's give this a go. We've also given you a palette, which looks something like this. However, I'm not going to use a palette. I'm going to use a type of palette that you will have at home, which I would have liked to buy you if we could, but we couldn't find these in time. So you have these instead, which will be useful for other exercises. However, if you wanted to go something that was a little bit more appropriate for what we're using, you might need a slightly deeper ice tray. So I've just torn this out of my freezer. And the only reason that it works better is because there's less chance of it rattling, and that's not very deep, which means